Hey guys, this is Dyson from October Mountain Products, and today I'm going to show you how to set up a recurve. Today I'm going to be setting up our Sektor Recurve, and the first thing that I'm going to show you how to do is to adjust the brace height. Today I'm working with a recurve that is already strung, but if you want to see how to string a recurve, go ahead and check out that video now. Once you get your recurve strung, you're going to take your O&P bow square and you're going to measure the brace height. So the brace height is the measurement from the deepest part of the grip to the string. So you're going to take your bow square and you're going to measure from the deepest part to the string. So right now I'm seeing that the brace height on this bow is going to be 6 7/8, which is going to be way too short. Any October Mountain Products recurve is recommended that you shoot from a 7.5 inch to an 8.25 inch brace height, so I'm going to adjust this one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unstring my recurve. Once the string has slack, I'm going to go ahead and grab the bottom loop, take it off the bow, and I'm going to want to twist the string up to make the brace height bigger. So there really is no method for how many twists you're going to put in per certain amount of measurement. So I'm just going to put a good bit of twists in it, and then I'm going to restring my bow. So now that I've restrung my bow, I'm going to remeasure my brace height, and right here I'm going to be at 7 3/8, which is still a little bit short for my liking. I personally like to shoot between 7 3/4 to an 8 inch brace height, so I'm going to twist the string up even more. So I've restrung my bow again after adding twists to my string. And when I look at it, I'm going to be right at 7 3/4, which is perfect for my liking. On this recurve, I already have my cat whisker string silencers installed. If you want to see a video on how to install those string silencers, go ahead and check that out right here. Now that we have strung our recurve, adjusted the brace height, and installed our string silencers, the next thing we're going to want to do is install a rest on the shelf. Today, my rest of choice is going to be the Recurve rug rest. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take it out of the package, of course, and it comes with 2 pieces. On the Sektor, I'm only going to use one of those pieces. So you take your rug rest out, and all it is just this little square that's raised up a little bit, and it's going to have a backing that's going to be adhesive under here. So you're going to take your recurve, and you have your shelf, and every shelf has this radius. From there, I'm going to take my rug rest, I'm going to peel my adhesive off of my rug rest, and I'm going to find the highest point on this shelf. And once I do find my highest point, I'm going to take it and I'm going to stick that right on the highest point, and it's going to cover your whole shelf once you do have that stuck down. So now that my rug rest is installed, I don't like to leave my shelf bare, so I am going to take a piece of felt and I'm going to cut that to stick right here on the shelf. So I'm just going to take my scissors, I'm going to kind of size up my cut a little bit and just cut out a little square of felt. Now that I have that cut out and the adhesive backing is off, I'm just going to put that right on the shelf up against my rug rest. So now you'll see this is going to be our rest setup for this Sektor recurve. So now that I've done all my steps up to installing the rug rest, I'm going to take my brass knocking points and we're going to install those. So you'll go ahead, here is our bulk package. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take 2 of those brass knocking points out, and then I'm going to set this off to the side. So once again, I'm going to take my O&P bow square and I'm going to clip that onto the string, and I'm just going to bring it down so that way that's resting right on my rest where the arrow would be. So I'm going to loosely fit my brass knocking point on the serving. My rule of thumb when I'm setting up a recurve is I always like to be 1/8 of an inch knock high, which I'll show you here on what that is. So I have my bow square set up, and there's these little lines right here on the end that read 0, 1/8, and 1/4 inch. And if I go on the bottom side of 0, that's going to be knock low, but if I go above 0, that's going to be knock high, and I like to be 1/8 of an inch knock high. When I'm installing my knock sets, I always do my bottom knock set first, and I'll take the top side of that bottom knock set and I'll line it up at an 1/8 inch, so that way I know I'm an 1/8 of an inch knock high. So now that I have that set where I want to, I can take my bow square out, and I'm going to take my true crimp knocking pliers, and all I'm gonna do is put them around the string on the knocking point, and I'm just gonna crimp. And I kind of go around slowly in a circle, just that way I make sure I get the best crimp I possibly can. So now that my bottom knock set is installed, I'm gonna take my arrow of choice and I'm gonna clip it onto the string. Once I have my arrow of choice knocked onto the string, I'm gonna take my top knock set and I'm gonna attach that onto the serving, and I'm gonna slide it down to the knock. And I don't want it to be too tight, just because then that will create knock pinch and you won't have good air flight. So you do want a little bit of slop. So I'm gonna then take my knock out with the brass knocking point where I need it, and I'm gonna repeat the crimp process. Another product that we do have that can help with vibration dampening on your O&P recurve is gonna be the O&P Remedy Vibration Reducers. If you wanna see how to install your remedies, go ahead and check that out right here. Thanks again for watching this video. If you want to see any of our other bow shop videos or check out any of our products, go ahead and head on over to octobermountainproducts.com.